Please welcome from Netflix's Queer Eye, Jonathan Van Ness.
Hi, how are you?
Oh my God, how are you?
Good, long time no see.
By the way, did you get a haircut?
I did. I was like, I just needed to take some of that 2020 length off.
Well, I actually have a hair company that I'm coming out with. It's Flower Hair. And when I looked at, I wanted to share this picture with you. Can you see it?
Yes, stun,
Okay.
love, the volume. I can't get enough.
I want to put that picture up and then put the cover of your book up, because I feel like when I look at the two images, I just feel like our personalities have a lot in common. Do you feel that it's some spiritual mission in life to take care of people, to put positivity out there, to be a good person?
I feel like my real mission has always kind of been is that if any of my pain or any of my difficulties or mistakes in my life, if I can share that and ease that for others, I feel like that is kind of where I feel more of a responsibility. And if joy is a part of that experience, and that's amazing. But I also one time, because I was a yoga teacher for years and I still have a very active practice. It's one of my favorite stories. I was late to teach a yoga class because I'm 6 minutes late to do everything that I ever do. And I was honking at this lady because I was oh my gosh, you're literally going 25. I got to get around you, queen. I'm going to be late to teach yoga. And then she ended up being in my class after I'd been honking at her. And I was 23 and I was oh, so, I still struggle. We all have those moments where it's yes, I can be a patient, loving person, but I also can be someone who's really so, it's all a spectrum, I feel.
Can I ask, what gives you the courage / freedom to share?
If I can help prevent anyone else from feeling the really negative side effects of just rejecting yourself. And I talk about in my book a lot I idea of being normal, and my fear of not being normal is something that drove me to such self-destructive behaviors. And I so just kind of want to help people avoid that. But also I still struggle with that very same thing. But my self-destructive behaviors are name searching myself on Twitter, or fighting with a family member who I know I can't win with. So it's go to someone who you can win with. The courage is kind of necessity because I know what it's to suffer and feel, really isolated and be dealing with addiction or, whatever. And I really want to offer some of the tools that I used to get to where I am. Cause it's just such a lonely place.
Sometimes I think that my whole life would be very different if I was in an institution and they broke in and broke the story on the Inquirer, and it was embarrassing and it was hard and it was something I would have liked to have preferably kept a secret, but I wasn't able to. But because I was sort of exposed, if you will, I chose to make that a moment of true freedom, and that I would never have to be perfect or pretend to be perfect again. And I love that you've put so many things out there, especially in your book, and it's not easy to share those things.
No, I didn't understand how it was going to open me up to being a strength for other people's stories. And so in people sharing their stories with me, which I love that, and I even talk about this in the book, but I just, in being open and honest, it was so many people were sharing with me where they were in their stories. And so kind of going back into some of those places so often, being strong for that person, but then later on you're it's so much to take on and be that rock for people that at some point you're I need to sit on my couch and watch Bob's Burgers and cuddle with my cat for 3 weeks, because the reality of what that costs your nervous system. And again, not to complain, because oh my God, I never would have dreamed to have a look at my shelves. I can't believe I have shelves. I really don't want to complain because I'm so grateful, but I just think that there was kind of the reality of my last few years and becoming a public figure and sharing all of that stuff, it was like, oh my God.
I do believe in my heart that by sharing your story, that you let other people know they are not alone. And when people feel alone, it is almost very dangerous. And the fact that you did help people, make people feel like they're gonna get through this. This is not only happening to them, you are a human community. I commend you with all fibers of my being. And as someone who's had it all out there, it is an ultimate form of freedom. And the best thing that maybe could even come out of it is positivity and optimism. I guess at the end of the day, I think I just found out why I love both of those words so much.